What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Darkest Dungeon, where we're just going to be hanging out going through our first medium dungeon. Oh, we made a scouting roll. I love it when I make scouting rolls. Okay, so we've got a treasure room here, which means we're probably going to get attacked. A goblet room anyways. There should be like a reliquary right there. It's the downside. We didn't bring the grave robber, but if you have the grave robber, you have a better chance to get treasure out of the little altars. But let's have a look here. We've got treasure and a trap. That should be okay. That should be alright. I like the way that it's double alliterative too. Treasure and trap. Got them big TRs. The loot is going to be limited to a torch right now. Not too bad. Sometimes you get other stuff out of these. I got a bust out of a torch one time. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but it happened to me. Let's go ahead and turn our light back on.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. His stress is looking a little bit high. We may want to take our camp break. I would hate to take it this early, but we may want to take our camp break after the next couple rooms, just in case. His stress is looking a little bit bad, and it's a cumulative issue. When your stress gets high, what eventually ends up happening... Oh, good, we surprised them too. Couldn't ask for a better result. Let's get started. Oh, a triple dodge. Okay. Bad, bad, bad. 2, 4, and 4, so at least he's dealing a little bit of damage. I'm going to start out with... Let's go with Dazzling Light. Actually, no, we can't start out with Dazzling Light. Let's start out with heals, actually, because I got the terrible feeling we're probably going to suffer some hits in this fight. So let's get some nukes off on him. Just make this whole thing a little bit more pleasing. That's going to be the end of the turn. They're going to attack first, I think. Their speed is really, really high. Their speed of 5 can become a problem. And the weird thing is, when their attack doesn't crit, they don't deal that much damage, but just the chance of them critting is so terrifying to me. Another triple dodge. RNG just playing a big part in this fight right now. Definitely not wanting us to have any success with our early AoEs. A little bit of damage right there. Nothing to worry about, though. I'm going to drop a nuke heal on the rogue. Let's just focus on one person at a time. Unfortunately, it's not looking so nukey right now. What we want to do at this point, though, is we want to go for... I guess, well, we've been kind of unlucky so far, but let's just keep healing, I guess. Let's go with run through. So there's 4, 4, and 2, so that's another 10. We're dealing okay damage. Not doing amazing right now. We got a crit right there, which is going to negatively affect our stress highly. And in fact, it stressed her out. That's odd. He's the one that got hit with an axe. What are you freaking out about? Weirdly enough. Keep healing. Just heal our way through it. It's amazing what you can survive in this game with a double healer group. No joke. Okay, so now we're slightly moving them forward so that we can get some of these hits off. Bayonet jab to the front line for forward damage on Phantasme. I think that I may start out with some stunning light to make sure that they can't like do anything. And obviously we're going to be running our stun lock build right here to the best of our abilities. So I'm going to start... Let's work on him for a bit. We're going to start moving their line around a little bit, but I think by next turn we should be able... Another crit right there. Another crit, which is going to move our line around a little bit, which is unfortunate. Stress is pretty high. I'm thinking I am going to have to go ahead and take a camp break pretty soon. We'll go ahead and open Vein on this guy in the hopes that maybe we get the kill. We did not get the kill. These two are sort of interchangeable in the front line. I hold my breath every time they use Quarrel in the hopes that we don't get a crit. I'm going to use Dazzling Light this time around on... Actually, let's just... Actually, let's Judge. That'll work. Judgment will give her a little bit of health back, and then on top of that, we may get a little bit more luck going. So let's have ourselves heal. Our goal for right now is going to be to stun lock the last guy in the line, and then since we have double healers, that should allow us to get our health back up. So there's the kill right there. If we had the Yop from the Barbaric Yop, it'd be a lot more helpful, but unfortunately we don't have Barbaric Yop, so I guess we just have to live with it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw a nuke heal on the rogue. It's not much of a nuke heal, but it's something. On this side, I'm going to use my turn to step forward and rearrange the line slightly. And on this side, what we want to accomplish is Dazzling Light. And so for 3 damage, did we get the stun? We got the stun. Good. That means we're going to be like locked in, basically able to heal our party for the rest of the play. I'm going to try and get nukes on everybody that needs them. He's out of his stun. We'll drop a nuke on him. This shouldn't take too long, I don't think. It might, though. I mean, if she misses, this is all going to become kind of tentative anyways.
May we find victory.
She has... We're going to have her pass. I mean, we don't really have much of a plan right now. She doesn't have any buffs, so we can't actually cheese the system to, like, spam heals on ourselves. I'm figuring what we'll do next. Get her health up slightly. A little bit more survivable. And let's get going right here. So there it is. We'll finish the fight. I can't farm too much because we'll take too much stress.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Cool. Got ourselves another 1,500 gold or so. This is going to be a very, very high mark run for us if we can keep it going. I mean, we've got a lot of... Hold on, let me... I think we can only use these while we're out and about. Check out the armor. The armor protects the hero with a knightly aura. Okay, so you just grab some random armor and it fit? That's amazing considering. Oh, 10 dodge and 10 protection? Cool. I'll definitely. Nothing to laugh at. Nothing to laugh at or slouch at. That's really, really good. Let's move to the next room. I'm going to pop a torch. Are we actually... Our actually looks pretty good. We're at... Oh, we got to eat again. Okay, so there it is. When you camp, you're going to have to eat food too, so just be aware that it's a thing that's going to happen as you go through the game. The crate is empty. I'd like to hustle right now and just see how far in we can get. Use another torch before we pass into the next room.
A blazing star is born.
Nothing right here. Let's continue our hustle. We've got a big old pile of debris right here. Some of that detritus and debris all up in front of us. Debris is a terrible thing. A bris is not a happy... I mean, for some people, I guess it's a happy event. Wasn't a happy event for anybody I know, though. I mean, if you were a baby, that was a bad day for you. Bris was a real bad day. Any event where I go to the event and I come back from it with part of my peewee missing, that's not okay. That's like... That's a rough event right there. The cost might be too high for the benefit. Not really sure. I'm not an expert on these matters, but I try to avoid events where pieces of me end up missing. Let's keep hustling. I think that with the fact that we may have gotten, because each dungeon has a prescribed number of fights in it, I think that because we got a lot of fights on the front end, we might have got lucky and we might not get so many on the back end. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass right now. If you could talk out of your ass, that would be an impressive skill. I feel like that would... God, why do we have so much hunger right now? This is why I always overpack on food, because sometimes you get like 4 or 5 just like really bad events in a row that force you to eat over and over and over again. And it's worth bringing the extra food. Let's keep trucking. No fighting here either, and another scouting check's been made. I'm really happy about that. If we can avoid fights, I would prefer it at this point because we don't really need the loot. This is already a successful run for us, so let's go to the next room. I haven't decided where we're going to camp yet. Let's have her open this up, maybe. An urn has nothing but ashes inside. Well, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, nothing inside, not even a bust. At least I can make it rhyme on the plus side. Stress is looking a little bit high right now. I'm debating whether or not... So they're pretty close. 77. Let's make a campfire in the next room. Unless there's a fight. No fight, it looks like. So let's go ahead and make the camp here. And so the way that you want to use the camp...
The battle may yet be won.
First and foremost, you're going to choose an amount of food. The amount of food you choose is important because it determines how much health you lose, or I'm sorry, how much health you gain, and how much stress you lose. I got those reversed in my head, and so unfortunately it came out the wrong way. I'm going to go for... A feast would not leave us with a whole lot of food left, so I'm going to go for just like a normal one, a repast. And so we get 12 turns right now in order to use these camp abilities that we've been talking about. So let's talk about those since we've never used them before. When Phantasme, she has Reject the Gods, reduces her stress by 25, but increases everyone else's stress by 5. Battle Trance, it gives her a permanent buff to accuracy for the remainder of the dungeon, and then monster size is equal to 2. Essentially, it makes the monsters more badass, I guess? I don't know. I think it makes the monsters more hardcore. And then Encourage. That allows her to lower the stress of another individual in the party. Our rogue has himself Bandit Sense. Less likely to be surprised until the next camp. More likely to surprise monsters until the next camp. So I'll probably throw that one down right now because it's useful. You can only use each ability once, by the way. He can clean his guns, which gives him higher accuracy, higher damage, and higher crit rate for the remainder of the dungeon. And he can use Wound Care, which will heal somebody for 20% and maybe remove their bleeding. Over here on this character, we have Wound Care, which is the same. We have Bless, which will give one companion permanent accuracy and dodge for the remainder of the dungeon. Chant will go ahead. If religious, it will lower their stress by a certain amount. If they're irreligious, it will lower their stress by a lesser amount, but it heals everybody too. On this side, she's got the same abilities, and so for right now what we want to use, we're going to use Encourage on the rogue. It's going to lower his stress slightly. You have the heart of a panther, I can hear it purring. No, that's just the monsters in the dungeon. I'll probably go for a chant then. On, I don't know, is anybody religious here? I mean, we really need to get rid of some of this stuff. It's probably not going to help that much, but we need to get rid of people's stress. So it didn't help her stress much. It said 5% was the amount. Oh, reduce stress by 5. Okay, not 5%. Well, it may be a better plan just to go for buffs then. So let's go for Clean Gun is 3. That sucks because it's not divisible by 2. That's brutal. Let's go with Bless. We'll give accuracy and dodge to the character because her accuracy is already low by its nature. And on this side, we'll probably, since we don't have a whole lot of options for lowering stress on either of these two, it's a little bit of a downside. I guess I'll increase the accuracy of both the characters that are preliminary DPS for our group. And so that got rid of some stuff in our inventory too. We've still got 2 left. I would say that healing for 20% might be a decent plan. I don't know. Let's try... Stress was the reason that we did this, so if we can lower stress, I'd rather do that. We've got plenty of heals in this group. Hopefully we don't get attacked, too. At the end of the camp, there's a chance that you will get attacked. They sit here and talk, and during the conversation, you can be interrupted and killed. Okay, so we actually made it through that camp without any negative effects. Very, very nice. I'm probably going to go around this way since we only have to explore 90%. I'm going to try and keep this adventure as safe as possible, I suppose. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Things to remember. I will probably leave that alone because we have nobody in our party who's any good at dealing with it. I'll try and get rid of the trap with our highwayman. It's going to work, and so that's going to be successful. Let's go to the next room. Ooh, our light fell off, unfortunately. Either way, though, it's going to work to our benefit because we didn't get attacked. We didn't get attacked. Move to the next room. And so there it is. All right. Oh, we've been surprised, too. It's going to rearrange our line. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So what I'd like to do right now is because she's terrible in the front line, I just need to move them back and then move him forward, I guess, so that I can get back to blunderbussing and doing all that fun stuff. I don't think I would ride the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss seems like it's far more likely to crash than a lot of other buses. Since she's already in a good spot, we're just going to get started healing with her because there's no point doing anything else. That'll offset the damage from the bleeding that she's going to take. On this side, let's start out with an AoE. We're going to get him for 11 damage, which is on the higher end of the spectrum. She's also got a good dodge chance, but it doesn't appear to have helped her very much right there. Her dodge is actually pretty yippy-skippy right now. A little bit of stress, but to a character that didn't have much stress, so that'll work out. We've got Rend for the old gods, which is more than likely... Ah, there it is. There's the benefit of the buff that we threw down. See? I knew it was... Ooh, a big crit right there. Alright, a little bit of stress that we can't handle. She gets much more... If she gets much more stressed, we're going to be in a real unsavory position. Let's go 3-3-4 right there. Hopefully we can get rid of the guy in the back. That's my best hope, because his ability to stack up stress on your characters is long-term not viable. Let's step back here for a second. I'm going to go for a big heal. Unfortunately, we have no stress reduction techniques right now. Ah, maximum heal right there to our other healer, so I'll take that. We'll go for another one of these, and we killed the two that I was worried about, so that'll work out. A little bit of stress relief given to our characters. Rend for the old god is going to drop. He's going to dodge it, so that's going to be nice. I'm hoping for another crit. I'm going to go for take aim right here because I'm going to try and farm up, since he already took his turn, I'm going to try and farm up some heals for a second. Everything runs red, huh? Okay. Let's go for anything with a crit chance. Ah, we didn't crit right there. I was hoping we would because I need stress reduction.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
We're going to lose a little bit of health right here while we're going through. I think we're running a fairly considerable chance at the moment that this character is going to become stressed out in just a second. However, we're almost done with the dungeon. So if we can navigate through any areas that have like fights and just stay away from them, it is going to work to our benefit. So I'm going to try and navigate this as carefully as possible. No ambush here. Let's get another torch going. Her health's a little bit low, so I'm going to take that down to 8 right now so that if we have to eat twice, we can. But I'm going to try and go around. We should unlock the dungeon completion after this room, I think. The pack's already been looted. It's unfortunate, but nothing that I'm too uptight about. I would like you guys to go back to your spots in line. There we go. The trap did not get disarmed. It's unfortunate because his health is already pretty low. And his stress is almost maxed too. It's not good. It's not good. Ooh, we've got to debate whether or not it's going to be worth it to go after the treasure room. I really feel like it's kind of a shame if we don't. I would like to go after it. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. We may have people who have meltdowns, but on the plus side, when their stress goes to maximum, they make a check. And if they succeed in the check, it actually makes them more heroic, and it's a good thing. So, chances are, we've got enough healers to really sort of just like push our way through it. We might give it a go. On this side, got ourselves a cabinet. That's why I always bring a key. Treasures are stashed inside the cabinet.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Considerable treasures, in fact. Considerable treasures. So let's go ahead and take those. Wow, we are bringing home the gold on this one. We're definitely going to pay the bills after this run. Pay them off for as long as... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That was super dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Treasure room. So we are going to fight here, and they're surprised. So that works out to our benefit. I'm happy about this. This is going to be okay. On this side, what I would like, just AoE them down. You've got extra accuracy. There's 13 damage distributed. Right there. There's another 14. We've already wrecked their lines in the early half of the fight. I'm going to get started by actually using that ability to get rid of her so she can't rearrange our line. It's going to give 4 hope right there. We're going to AoE heal for the time being. Oh, that's not an AoE heal. Either way, it went to somebody who needed it, so I'm not going to worry about it. It depends who he throws his tempting goblet on. Okay, so he put his stressful beer, his Steino stress, on one of the enemies right here, but it's not somebody that's almost maxed out. Let's continue our heals. Well, that's her job, basically. That's what she does in our line. I'm going to keep trying to AoE things down because that's just how I roll. We're going to try and stab him to death before anything else goes wrong. He's got 2 health left. He resisted that. Let's go ahead and give him whatever's more accurate. Dazzling Light. He's gone. Well done, everybody. Well done.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
So we got a little bit of cash, a couple of busts right there. I'm actually going to get rid of some of this stuff, some of the less valuable stuff. I'm going to get rid of the stuff we can't bring with us. Is this locked? An heirloom chest. It's not locked, so let's get rid of the key. Let's open it. The contents are yours. We got busts, we got a couple of George Washingtons, and a crest. So all in all, not a terrible run for us right now.
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
Okay, really pleased with that fight. That dungeon went far better than I expected. We had some early game bad luck, but we were able to recover. Using your campfire is 100% the best skill you can learn in this game for longer runs. If you can learn when to use your campfire at the proper moment to get stress down to just make it the rest of the run, you've like beaten half of the game right there. We got 3 Resolve XP on that one, so Resolve level up. They get XP for each quest, and every time they make it up to a new level, they will, basically the mobs level up. That's the point, is that as they get better at stuff. And so these guys have all, oh, we have a level 2 guy. Dismas has been killing it right now. Let's see what we got. So he caught syphilis in the dungeon somehow, so that's going to be a reason to get rid of him. We don't want to keep him anymore. Actually, it would be a reason to cure him, since he's leveled up. Satanophobia, got hatred of beasts, so she got better versus beasts, and hatred of mankind, so she got better versus human beings. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. Alright, sorry about that, everybody. The game crashed on me right there, so we actually did some stuff in between episodes. So there was like 5 minutes and then the game crashed. I think it has a memory leak or something, because it fairly consistently seems to crash after about like 2.5 hours of playing the game. Like, that seems to be right at the sweet spot where it falls apart. So anyways, what happened is I got rid of our barbarian and we recruited a perfect barbarian. This barbarian has the perfect stats that I was looking for. So she's got the buff right here, she's got the AoE, she's got the AoE stun, she's got the normal melee attack. She's got a couple of bad things over here. So she has Hylomania and she has Deviant Tastes, but I don't use the brothel that much anyways. She kills Eldritch beings, which means she's going to be very good in the Walled, because everything out there is Eldritch or Beast. And then she's good at meditating while camping, so that's good. That's going to be really nice. She's also got a fantastic ability called Pep Talk, which is, it's good. Pep Talk is really good. So anyways, that's all that you really missed out on. I fired, that was it. Yeah, I fired also our grave robber because she wasn't any good. Let's see what we've got right here. Oh good, it saved the list too, so it's got the same people. I would have felt scummy if we've gotten a new list of people. So we've got another Newfmarch right here. He's another character that has himself a lovely ability, and this ability is called Blank Shot, or Point Blank Shot. What it does is when he shoots the enemy, it knocks him back one in the line. So let's say that he gets Eldritch pulled to the front, you can actually have him use Point Blank Shot to get an attack off and also move himself back, which is a very cool ability. So there you go. We've also got Malabus, and that character's terrible, don't want him, but both of these rogues are looking pretty good. Yeah, both these rogues are going to come along with us. So jump into the party. Both these rogues have really good abilities.
Evasive. Persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
Let's think about what we want to upgrade right now. We need deeds in order to do a lot of it. Infirmary, what does that do? Increases the number of sanitary treatment slots, or sanitarium treatment slots. This reduces the treatment cost, and that's something I'm actually pretty attracted to right now. And so in order to get rid of some of the negative traits on the people that we have in our party, I think what I may consider doing for the time being...
Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
And so the thing that I'm considering is getting rid of Kleptomaniac right here. Wait, what's in that syringe? Good questions to ask. That door right there is not a friendly door. I feel like they should take that door. A lot of people don't know this about the sanitarium system, but the sanitarium system was actually only done away with about 30 years ago. And to this day, there are still major problems with the sanitarium, like the mental ward system. And honestly, if you want to see some grisly shit, like just some real stuff like human beings misunderstanding mental illness, like... look up stuff that used to happen to people in the 1800s and like even into the 1970s. Like sanitariums did horrible experience on mentally handicapped people and all kinds of stuff. And it's only in the last 30 years that they've sort of reformed the whole thing. It's still pretty bad, but it's gotten better. I mean, it was pretty much rock bottom though. So it was something that I was obsessed with for a little while, was sanitariums and the way that like mental health kind of developed over the course of the last 200 years, 300 years. Let's go check out the survivalist.
At home in wild places, she is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
Okay, so what's going to happen over here at the Survivalist is actually it allows us to unlock other abilities, just in case. These are all camp abilities, though, so it gives you more diversity in terms of the camp abilities that you can have. So if you wanted your characters to be better in camp, that's how you do it. You just come over here and unlock them. Obviously, the upgrades here are probably just going to reduce the costs. That's pretty much it. Make it a little bit cheaper to unlock people's stuff, but if you're selecting people in the first place with the abilities that you want, it should be alright. They don't train for active abilities, though. Over here at the Nomad Wagon, you can actually buy yourself random sort of like gypsy relics. You can get the Stunning Satchel, so that's pretty good. Plus 10% chance to stun skills. It actually helps nullify other people's stuff. It's only for the Grave Robber, though. On this side, there's a Protection Stone, so you deal less damage, but you have more protection. So that would be something you would want to throw onto a character who doesn't DPS much anyway. So, for example, that would be a fantastic item to throw on one of our healers. Be pretty good. It's expensive, though. And I would rather just loot stuff from dungeons while we're out and about. Didn't I have something here? Oh, yeah, we had flash gunpowder. Let me put that on one of my highwaymen. For right now, Dismas needs to actually go do something relaxing, though. Dismas, do you have any... He can't gamble. That's fine. Let's send him to the brothel, though. There we go. Now that he's out in the brothel, we've got enough units of, like, random loot right now to do other stuff. I may... Well, I'd like to get the hero upgrades going. What do I need for these? I need portraits and I need crests. We happen to have those. So I would take this right here so that our skills can go up to level 2.
But their knowledge lives on.
And then I will more than likely... So if we can train somebody right now, I would love to do that. So let's take one of our characters that we use for healing a lot. Like one of our... So M'Cult would be the one that I'm talking about here. M'Cult would be a character that I would like to drop up into here and just like see what we can do with her abilities. Like how does her AoE get better? Divine Comfort 2 is still a heal for... 1 to 2, so that's not actually that good. We can also pay to unlock her other abilities, but you can save yourself a lot of money by accumulating heroes that just have the stuff that you want by nature of them being there. So stuff to think about. However, that does mean that we can make some of these ladies better. Does the level 2 of the nuke heal do anything better? It does 4 to 6 instead of 4. Okay, so I feel like we're probably going to have to go in deep right here to get the 2 to 3 heal, but it is really, really good. So all things to consider. I would more than likely give her... Dazzling Light because it's a good ability to have. So I'm going to unlock her Dazzling Light. And because they can only have 4 active skills, we will have to go to her list. And instead of having Hand of Light, I would probably check that one off and I'll give her Dazzling Light since she's always in the back line anyways. This now gives us 2 characters in our party who can actually stun people. So that'll be nice. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be something that's really going to help us work towards successful fights in the future. Never underestimate in this game. Never, 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 never underestimate your ability to just like... AoE and CC people, which stands for crowd control. It's effectively taking them out of the combat. So with, let's see what we can do right here with the Grape Shot Blast. He needs to level up, so he has to level up one more time. But the Grape Shot Blast, I'm hoping that it actually has a lowered damage mod. I think that would be something that would really, really benefit our adventure. But for right now, we can actually start cultivating characters, which is a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. Can I do anything with the blacksmith right now? I think they needed deeds over here or something. Yeah, deeds and crests. The nice thing is that we've now unlocked the wold, and so once we're in the wold, we can go through. We can start getting ourselves some deeds because they drop out of here. On this side, we should have, what is this one? A skirmish. Unholy abominations turning to the light itself. Meet them in battle and learn how they fight. So we have to fight everything right there. This one is a kill the necromancer apprentice, so that's going to be a boss fight. We'll probably hold off on that for a while because the recommended levels are a little bit... Actually, that one looks like it might be accomplished... It might be able to be done with my A-team. Over here, though, these ones are looking really, really, really hard and difficult. So we'll probably start off with the Wold Quest because in the first place, we just need more deeds. I mean, that'll also drop a redemption armlet. Unfortunately, we don't have the leper. He's a really good character. I like the leper a lot. And the leper benefits pretty considerably from the occultist and from random gear. So lots of good stuff right there. Because Anscott hasn't leveled. He's out there getting his... I think he's out there getting his pole waxed or something. I'm not really sure. Let me go I thought I put him in the brothel, right? Yeah, so he's in there engaging in debauchery to make himself feel better. I would say that with Rosai, so I'm going to need a couple people to go in and pray. So we'll take Rosai and M'Cult. It's going to be a little, or M'Cult. It's going to be a little bit of cash that we're going to have to spend to get this done. But our party should be fine with just Revere. I think with Divine Comfort, did she level up yet? Is she level 1 Hero Resolve? She is. Let's go unlock her nuke heal then real fast. We'll go with Revere, we'll drag her up to there, and we're going to unlock Divine Grace. And then we're also going to upgrade it, I suppose, because we have the cash to do it, so why not make it a little bit better. I'll see if that gets any better, but it doesn't look like it does. Well, we're going to have to take that anyways. once we get the prerequisites met, so nothing to worry about. I need to remap her abilities right now, though, so I'm going to get rid of Illumination. Ooh, I should give her the stun, too. Hand of Light is okay, but I don't like it that much. I'd rather she have kind of like more robust heals for what I need in this situation. Then instead of Illumination, let me take her back up in here. And we'll do with her is we'll give her Dazzling Light, which is a really good ability. Like, I really like Dazzling Light. It's a good ability. It's a nice ability to have. What does the upgraded version do? It gives it a crit mod, it looks like, and it increases the accuracy. That's pretty useful. I can do that. And that gives us a nice even number, too, which makes me really, really happy, too. I love even numbers. I love anything that's divisible by 5. That's where the evenness comes down for me. If it's divisible by 3 or whatever, you want to know a trick? I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but you can tell. How do you know? You know how you tell if a number is divisible by 3? I'm amazed how many people don't know this trick, so I'm going to bring it up. You take the numbers in it, and you add them together. And if the number that you add them together is divisible by 3, the entire thing is divisible by 3. So let's say that this had a 9, a 3, a 1, and a 2. It would be 9 plus 3. Hold on, wait a minute. Shit's getting real right now. I can do this. It's not going to be, wait. I said 9 plus 3. I could do math here. 9 plus 3 is a 12, plus 1, 13, plus 2 to 15 there. I could do simple arithmetic. My brain's not functioning right now. 15 is divisible by 3, so there you go. Bam, that's how you know at a quick eye shot. There's a trick for divisible by 9s too, but I don't remember what it was. My dad showed me it when I was a little kid. He said he learned it when he was in elementary school. I'll try and figure out what it is. I'll ask him about it. Anyways, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Crumpington Estate. In the next episode, I'll probably come in hot in the next mission right here so that I don't have to make like a cut in the middle and do some weird stuff because, like I said, the game opens and closes itself every time it transitions scenes, which basically breaks your visual software every single time you go through. So anyways, I will probably start up in the world with the next episode. So here's what I'll show. Well, you'll know what our party is when we zone in. Hi to everybody.